ज्ञापनं सारसम्पदः गुरोर्पादोदकं सम्यक् शिष्यमनुकारणम्.
The personality cult, it is a guru cult.
Just put it in the sides of it.
Some people call it Gurudam. Gurudam means what? A cult started by the gurus to perpetuate their dominance and their importance, so that they continue to receive worship and all adoration from the people. So that is also one of the views. But this revering the Guru in many other ways also. There are any number of hymns in Sanskrit and any number of hymns in every regional language. Like Amma was this morning chanting about every regional language has beautiful poems and compositions praising the Guru. So in India it is universal. The importance and reverence for the Guru is something universal there. Because Guru is thought to be the representative of the scriptures. Basically, we look upon the scriptures as what we call the authentic resource of authentic knowledge. Scriptures are the source of authentic knowledge. In Sanskrit called pramanam. Pramanam is the source of authentic knowledge. But since scriptures themselves are rather difficult to understand, that being the case, we need somebody to interpret the scriptures for us. And not just an intellectual interpretation, but ideally we need somebody who lives what the scriptures teach us. This is our Shraddha. That Guru is the one who lives what the scriptures teach us. He is the embodiment of what the scriptures teach. Therefore, traditionally, a Guru is looked upon as our role model. Meaning that is what we want to become in our life. Sometimes he is looked upon as no less than God. There is a very famous couplet by a great saint Kabir, which says, Guru Govinda dono khade kako lago paye balihari Guru aapaki Govinda diyo dikhaye. Says Guru Govinda dono khade. Says both the Guru and Govinda, means the Lord, are in front of me, both of them are there before me. Kako lago paye. Who should I salute first? Says Balihari Guru aapaki. I think I should salute the Guru first, because he is the one who showed me the Govinda, the Lord. Meaning I would not have recognized the Lord had it not been for the Guru. Thus Guru enables us to recognize God, that is the truth of our life. And so, as our Guru is explained in Guru Gita, word is made of two letters, Gu and Ru. Gu stands for Guru Gukaras Tvandhakaro. The letter Gu stands for Andhakara, darkness or ignorance. Rukaras Tvannivartaka. The second letter Ru stands for that which dispels the darkness, which is light or knowledge. Andhakara Nirodhitvat. In as much as Guru dispels the darkness of ignorance in the heart of the disciple, therefore he is called Guru. So that's the role of Guru or the teacher. who imparts knowledge to us, dispels the darkness of ignorance in our life. That is because in the Vedic tradition, knowledge is considered to be most exalted. And therefore, the original scriptures are called Vedas. The word Veda also is derived root Vid means to know. So Vedas means a body of knowledge. So if Vedas are most revered, that means that the knowledge is most revered. The important thing of the Vedas is, there is no author to the Vedas. Veda is a collection of many passages revealed through many sages. They are called Rishis or sages. So Rishi, Rishaya hai Jnana Drashtara, Mantra Drashtara. The Rishi or a sage is not the author of the passage or mantra of the Veda. He is the one who is seer of the Veda, mantra. So we do not say that the Vedas were written by somebody, were composed by somebody, even though for every mantra there is a Rishi who revealed it. So that Rishi, for example, this Gayatri mantra, obviously the Rishi is Vishwamitra. So did Vishwamitra compose the Gayatri mantra? We say no, he saw the Gayatri mantra, meaning that the mantra was revealed to him by God, by Ishvara. Thus all the Vedic mantras or passages have been revealed to a number of sages who then expressed it in the language that we understand. Therefore, even Rishis or sages are not the authors of the Veda, they are just the medium through which the passages or mantras of Vedas are revealed to us. Meaning originally the knowledge comes from Ishvara, from God, who we look upon as embodiment of knowledge. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So Brahma or Paramatma is of the nature of knowledge. And that's the source of all the knowledge. Even today also. Nobody can claim to be the author of knowledge. Our great scientists are also like Rishis. All great people are like Rishis. So Newton was a Rishi, Einstein and all these scientists who have given us the fundamental understanding about the reality of life, material reality. All of them we call the seers or Rishis. But it is not that Newton in fact created the law of gravity. The knowledge is always there. It is only seen or discovered. So when someone like Newton, because of his penance, because of his contemplations, his meditations, when his mind was tuned up to that knowledge, then he saw that. Thus, every mantra also reveals the truth about the life. It is like a transistor, tuning up with the frequency and wavelength of the music broadcasted from the broadcasting station. A transistor tuning up with the broadcasting station. So thus a Rishi is like a transistor. Broadcasting station is Ishvara. So when he gets tuned up with that, that is when he sees that mantra. In that sense, all great people who have given us knowledge of any kind, whether it is science, basically that's a source of knowledge. That includes, of course, mathematics and everything, all that is science. So we look upon all of them as sages. But understand that even though we call it Pythagoras theorem, we cannot say Pythagoras is author of that theorem because that law always existed. He saw that law. So Archimedes' law or anybody's law it is, They are the seers of the law, not creators of the law. That doesn't mean the law of gravity did not exist before Newton, or the relativity did not exist before Einstein. No, it's always there. That at some point in time they saw it, means it was revealed to them. Meaning that knowledge is always revealed to everybody. When we come to know any little thing, when we solve a little problem, a tube light happens in your mind, You are thinking about some problem and then all of a sudden solution occurs in your mind. You call it light of knowledge. Knowledge is compared to light. Light of knowledge. So light as though happens in your mind. It is not this tube light. We call it tube light. It is the light of knowledge. And so Ishvara, who is of the nature of knowledge, reveals himself in the form of knowledge. Meaning that there is no author of any knowledge. Ishvara is even not the author. We do not call Ishvara also the author. He is the embodiment of knowledge. He reveals himself. Therefore, knowledge is considered to be the most important in the Vedic tradition. And Vedas are the embodiments of knowledge, revealed by Ishvara. And in the Vedic tradition, why is knowledge most important? Because ignorance is the primary problem of human being. You are born ignorant. There are two things to know in the world. Mandakopanishad says, Dve vidye veditavye iti asmayat brahmavido vadanti paracha eva aparacha. That there are two forms of knowledge, paravidya and aparavidya. The knowledge of para, or that which is superior or supreme, which is Ishvara or the self, or knowledge of spirit, and knowledge of the matter, knowledge of the world. So worldly knowledge is one knowledge, and spiritual knowledge another knowledge, two knowledge. Both of them one should know. Dve vidye veditavye. You should also have a proper understanding of the world. For what reason? If for no other reason than to discover the limitation of what the world can offer you. Because of our ignorance, we always look at the world as a source of happiness and security and success. Therefore, we are always chasing the objects of the world, the attainments of the world, the accomplishments of the world as the source of happiness, success, security. So we should gain that knowledge also, to discover that no worldly accomplishment can give me a lasting sense of satisfaction. Every accomplishment can give me a certain sense of satisfaction, which we may call fleeting sense of satisfaction. It does give. But what we are seeking in our life is a lasting, sustained sense of satisfaction that nothing can give us. So that this is also a discovery in our life as to what world can give me. We do not say world cannot give us anything. World also is required. We have also two requirements, spiritual requirement and material requirement. We are composed of these two principles, spirit and matter. Kshetrajna and Kshetra in the Bhagavad Gita, of Purusha and Prakriti. The consciousness and matter that makes us our being. So we have material needs as well, for which we need the material world, for which we need the material science, for which we need material technology. All that is needed for satisfying our material needs. But we have a spirit and we have the spiritual need. What is the spiritual need? Happiness is a spiritual need, not a material need. Unfortunately, human being is trying to satisfy that spiritual need through matter. He thinks that more the matter is, more the happiness is, which is a wrong equation. So we are born with this ignorance of wrong equation. That more the matter, more the merrier. More the matter, more the happiness. A wrong equation. But we are born with the wrong programming. We have wrong GPS, wrong programming, that's what we have. And so we keep on pursuing that in the whole of our life. And if we are not wise, we will never learn. Somehow, in spite of any number of disappointments from the worldly things, man gets disappointed again and again. In what sense? The sense that he does not get quite what he is seeking. He does get success. What is success? When my desire is fulfilled. It's called success. So we do get success. And the desire does seem to get satisfied. Unfortunately, in its place, another desire arises. That means desire was not really satisfied. If desire was really satisfied, it would not occur again. Occurs in a different form. So a desire goes, another desire comes. Means what? There is something else which manifests in the form of a desire. As long like a disease here. So we treat symptoms. So then if I'm coughing, you give me cough medicine. That goes and fever comes. You know, fever, that goes and then stomachache comes. That goes and headache comes. So we think that these are all different diseases. They are not. They are all symptoms of the same disease. Maybe a person is tuberculosis. I don't know what some fundamental thing is there. Unless that fundamental disease goes, the symptoms will not go. The disease alone manifests as different symptoms. Similarly, desire is symptom for more fundamental disease. So as desire arises, we keep on satisfying that. That is the symptomatic treatment we give. So there is momentary relief, all right. Desire is satisfied, momentary relief, but another desire comes. Because the fundamental cause for which the desire arises has not gone. What is the fundamental need? What is the fundamental desire? What is the desire behind all desires? Is to become free from desire. A desire is a manifestation of a sense of limitation. Meaning that we want to be free forever from all sense of limitation. That's called happiness. What is happiness? Limitlessness is called happiness. So when you say you want happiness, you want freedom, you want freedom from all limitations. It is said in the Upanishad, Yo vai bhuma tat sukham. That which is infinite is happiness. So infinite or limitlessness and happiness are one according to Upanishad. Nalpe sukhamasti. There cannot be happiness in anything that is limited. When a limited thing appears to give us happiness, it is an appearance and not a reality. Happiness can be only in the limitless. Everything in the world is limited. All accomplishments are limited. That's the reason why we cannot be satisfied with any accomplishments for any length of time. Every accomplishment comes, I'm doing research, successful, undergrad successful, another research, all right, fine, go ahead and do that. But then each success seems to be only fleeting, seeking another success. And thus, we look at the reason why there is so much stress in our life is because we do not get sustained success. What we are seeking is success in life. Seems to come and go away, come and go away. So to recognize the world for what it is, the worldly accomplishments for what they are, then they are what they are. They are meant to satisfy my material requirement. That I have hunger, I have thirst, I need protection from heat and cold and rain and this and that, and for that I need those things. But they are not meant to give me happiness. This recognition is called knowing aparavidya, meaning knowing the world. Knowing the world does not mean that we don't know every grain of sand in the creation. To understand that, the creation meaning all the worldly accomplishments have this limitation. When you know that, then you no more chase them, you no more, wander after them. It's called vairagya. Aparavidya, the knowledge of the matter or knowledge of material accomplishments, here and hereafter. People think that what you cannot get here, you can get in heaven. Same thing. The rule that applies here also applies in heaven. Just as the things here are limited, then also they are limited. We are more sophisticated. You are formerly a crummy car, now you are a Tesla car. Okay, but it's a car. It's very sophisticated and very exciting, all right, but still. Similarly, in the heaven you may have Tesla car. You may have some more successful, more sophisticated things. But ultimately, the capacity of anything to give you satisfaction is always limited. There is an excitement that is there when you get something new, and that excitement wears out in the course of time. That's the nature of things. Thus, to discover that nature of things through our experience is called knowing the world. Thus, knowing the limitation of the world. With reference to my need, that's the limitation. That's how the mind turns inward. So, when the mind turns, then comes the paravidya. Paravidya means what? The knowledge of para, or knowledge of supreme, or the limitless. So, Vedas also provide both these vidyas. Vedas provide aparavidya and paravidya. So, Vedas talk about the four purusharthas: Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. So, Dharma, Artha and Kama fall in the category of aparavidya, and Moksha falls in the category of paravidya. So, whole Karma Kanda provides us aparavidya. The Upanishad of Jnana Kanda provides us paravidya. That's how knowledge is supreme. Vidya is supreme in the Vedic culture. It says knowledge is supreme, therefore the source of knowledge is supreme, and therefore the one who imparts that knowledge to us becomes supreme. That way. Ultimately, Ishvara is supreme. Ishvara is the embodiment of knowledge, so knowledge is supreme. Knowledge is two kinds, the lower knowledge and superior knowledge, and lower knowledge leads to the superior knowledge, therefore that is supreme. And the one what is source of the superior knowledge? Vedas, so that is supreme. Who unfolds that to us? The teacher. Therefore he becomes supreme, not for any other reason. Vedaihi anekaihi ahameva vedyah vedandakrit veda videva chaham. Lord Krishna says, the 15th chapter of the Gita, Vedaihi anekaihi ahameva vedyah. Lord Krishna says, all the Vedas ultimately reveal me. I am the subject matter of all the Vedas. Meaning that Vedas talk about only one thing, and that is what? Ishvara, God or truth. Alright. Who revealed the Vedas? Vedanta, Lord says, I have revealed the Vedas also. Who knows the Veda? Veda, knower also I am. So knowledge is, the revealer of knowledge also is, and gainer of knowledge also is him. So, he is the Lord. The Vedas are embodied, they are called the Vangmaya Avatara, or the Avatara or incarnation of Lord in the form of the words. And the teacher becomes important like Veda Vyasa and others because they unfold the knowledge for us. And that's how we also become the gainer of knowledge. It's all Lord in this form. Lord is Lord, Veda also is Lord, Teacher also is Lord and you are also Lord. That's the truth. So in the beginning we feel that we are worshipping ultimately only oneself. So when we recognize that, no worshipper remains. Then no guru remains. No shishya remains. The bandhurna mitram gururnaiva shishya chidananda rupa shivoham shivan. So this is all worship is for that. Not to perpetuate the worship, but to grow out of worship. All the rituals and all the worship and all action is not to perpetuate them, but to one day grow out of them. Just as we have old pole, not to perpetuate. You raise yourself and then drop it to cross the barrier. So all these rituals and all these are like that vault pole to lift us, for us to grow out of them. We need them as a means because we are on the ground and we cannot rise above unless we have that means available to us. So all of these are sadhana means. Ultimately, we become free from the need of the means. Just as when you want to cross the river, you need a boat. But then you cross the river, leave the boat where it is. So all of this is part of sadhana. This is called sadhana, spiritual practice. So that is adoring the Guru. The puja adoring is very very important in the Hindu culture. Ultimately adore Ishvara, one is only adored. But as much as we look upon Guru also as representative of Ishvara, embodiment of Ishvara. At one point Shankaracharya says, Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshina Murtaye. This salutation to my Guru, who is the embodiment of Dakshina, or salutation of Lord Dakshinamurti, who appears before me in the form of my Guru. They are all matter of faith. All matter of faith means matter of faith and devotion. But that's how all this puja comes. Because otherwise it's very not only confusing, but then creating also some kind of a reaction. What are you doing? What is this? All these Indian fellows are totally superstitious. They are just blind followers, blind faith, which may very well be true. People may not know why they are doing what they are doing true. But doing something is better than not doing it. A lot of things we do. When you go to a doctor, he gives us medicine, I don't know what is doing to me, but I take it anyway. We have trust in him. So therefore, Lord Krishna says, Dhyanena atmani pashyanti kechid atmanam atmana anye sankhena yogena karma yogena chapare anye tvevam ajanantah shrutva anyebhyo upasate te vichaditarantyeva mrityum shruti parayana. Lord Krishna says, what's the most exalted means of knowledge? Dhyanena atmani pashyanti. By dhyanam, by nididhyasanam, they see their own self in their own mind. Kechid atmana atmana anye sankhena yogena. So those not ready for that meditation yet, sankhya, atmanatma viveka. Those not ready for that also, karma yogena chapare, karma yoga. So karma yoga prepares me for shravanam, that prepares me for nididhyasanam, and that prepares me for evidence in knowledge. But those who cannot even do that, anyetvam ajanantah, there are many who do not know anything. Shrutva anyebhyo upasate, what they do? They listen to their teachers and do as they are told, that's all. They don't know why they are doing it, but they do with all shraddha as they are told. Te vichaditaranti, Lord Krishna says, they also cross. Because they are doing it with faith, When they do that, it's a faith that slowly enables them to gain that maturity, to go to other steps. So, then faith becomes very important. Call it blind faith, maybe. But faith is never totally blind, because everybody does not inspire faith in you. Some people inspire faith in you than you do, not otherwise. And so that starts with faith. Faith enables you to perform an action as you are told. That slowly helps you to grow in your inner purity. That prepares you for the subsequent steps. So that's how the pujanam comes. Adoring Ishvara, adoring the Devatas, and so adoring the Guru, who they look upon as the embodiment of Devata. Because Devatas we have not seen, and therefore Guru is looked upon as a role model, embodiment of Devata. So that is why our education system involved the children going to the house of the teacher, Gurukulam. Gurukulam is the home of the teacher. And therefore, the children were sent to the home of the teacher. A new home, away from the home. There are new parents now. Who are the parents? The teacher and his wife. They become the parents of these children. And the important thing is that not only do the children learn in the classroom, they also learn from the teacher. Because teacher presents himself as the role model. How he conducts himself, how he walks, how he talks, how he conducts himself. Because different values are taught to us. Satyam vada, dharmam chara, speak truth, follow, be righteous. What does it mean? So we need a demonstration. That's called a role model who follows those things. Then you know how to do. You know all the principles of how to play cricket, or how to cook, but we need actually internship. Meaning that you spend time with somebody who is cooking, spend time with them, and then watch and practice and learn. So similarly also, is not learning only from the books, but learning from the teacher who is the embodiment of those books or the knowledge. That is why our education system involves not only book learning, but learning from the person with the book. So they were sent to Gurukulam, to the family of the teacher. So therefore, the Guru has such an important place in the Vedic culture. And therefore, this kind of adoration or puja of the Guru. In that, in fact, that reflects only our value for knowledge. And that in turn reflects value for the scriptures. That in turn reflects value for Ishvara. That's our ultimate goal. Ultimate goal is Ishvara. Scriptures become a means. Guru becomes a means to that. This becomes a means to that. So that's the role of this Guru Pujanam. We are not worshipping a person, ideally worshipping a principle. Therefore the verse we chanted, Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. My salutation to Guru Parampara. Parampara means succession. Succession of the teachers and the disciples, which began with Lord Himself, Lord Shiva, Lord Dakshinamurti, of which Shankaracharya is the middle link coming down to our own teacher. So in fact thus, when we worship a Guru, we are worshipping the whole Guru Parampara, whole lineage or tradition, which goes all the way up to Lord, because He is the first Guru. The question is also, our Swami used to always say, a Guru is the one who also must have a Guru. A guru must always have been a disciple. Then only he can be guru. Because you must get your knowledge from a guru. You must get your knowledge from an authentic source. It should not be composed, not a figment of your own imagination. Therefore, in the Vedic tradition, we always respect those gurus who have a lineage. If you go to Rishikesh, and then the sadhus will ask, if you go for, who is your guru? They will ask you. So, person is known by the guru. So they will always write, Swami Tarananda Giri, Guru so and so. They will write there, you know. And so that is how the parampara. And so every guru must have a guru, because he must have learned from an authentic source. So every guru is a guru, where, how far will it go? Go to the first guru who should not have a guru. Otherwise, it is a never-ending chain, isn't it? If every guru should have a guru, then the first guru also, then there is no first guru. So first guru must be one who is a guru, but who does not need to be taught because he is embodiment of knowledge. That is Ishvara. Therefore, Ishvara must be the first guru. Therefore, this tradition is traced to Ishvara. Some people say it started with Brahma, others say it started with Vishnu, third say it started with Shiva. It doesn't matter. So Brihadranya Upanishad, Namo Brahmadibhya. The teaching tradition, they started with Brahmaji. You say Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtam. There is another verse which says we start with Narayana. And Sadashiva Samarambha, where verse says starting with Sadashiva. So whether you trace it to Brahma or Vishnu or Shiva, it's Ishvara. So we look upon Ishvara as the first guru. And every tradition is a Jagat Guru. So we say Shankaracharya Madhyamam, others may say Ramanujacharya Madhyamam, Madhvacharya Madhyamam, meaning that whoever is the founder of that tradition is they call it Madhyama, coming down from Ishvara up to our own teacher. So that is a guru in our tradition. Yeah.
Some people say they have many gurus. Is that possible?
So that is also another thing. Okay. Should you have only one guru or can you have many gurus? So we have a great guru in our tradition, his name is Dattatreya. Dattatreya is said of 24 gurus. Srimad Bhagavatam in Ekadasha Skandha there is a Dattatreya Upakhyana. Story of Dattatreya. Very beginning, even a pigeon was the guru. All kinds of things there is guru. One maiden was a guru. You know, a maiden girl was a guru. A pigeon was a guru. All elements were guru. Earth was a guru. Fire was guru. Everybody is a guru. So he claimed that he had all these gurus. Meaning thereby that if you keep your mind open, then you can learn from everybody. So it depends on the kind of knowledge. Yes, true. Because it is not, as far as the worldly knowledge is concerned, it is not possible that a person will know everything. So we have one guru for physics, another for chemistry, third for mathematics, fourth for geography, fifth for history, and so on and so forth. However, when it comes to spirituality, how many gurus should you have? So ideally, one should have one guru, but one need not restrict oneself to that. The reason why they say that you should have one guru, one mantra, one book, is because, see, Guru has a very special place in your heart. A disciple has a bond with the Guru. He is not merely an intellectual relation, is also an emotional relation. Meaning the disciple has the Shraddha and the Bhakti. It's not a professor and the student, they communicate in the classroom and then they are gone, on their own ways. It's not that. This is a lasting relationship because here Guru is a guide not only for intellectual development but for the development of the person. He is compared to sometimes a sculpture. The sculpture takes a rough stone, with chisel and hammer, shapes that stone and brings out the beauty which is inherent in the stone. And so Guru also is said to play the role of a sculptor. He is shaping the disciple. Because every disciple, everybody has inherent beauty. Tattvamasi, that thou art, you are limitless, you are beautiful. That's what is taught. And therefore, it becomes a duty or the role of the Guru to bring out that beauty from the disciple. How do you do that? The beauty is there. The beauty is as though veiled by some extraneous superfluous factors, born of ignorance. So ignorance may create some attachment, aversion, this, that, anger, greed. All these are the veiling factors. So they have to be removed. Ignorance creates all kinds of complexes. So superiority complex, all kinds of complexes are created. It's called ego. All has to be removed for the true knowledge to come out. Medhaya, so we have that prayer. What is it? Shrutam me, no, before that. The Yaschandasa mrishabho vishvarupah chandobhyo dhyamrutat sambhabhuva samendro medhaya spranotu amrutasya devadharano bhuyasam shariram me vicharshanam jikhva me madhumattama karnam bhyam bhuri vishruvam brahmanah koshosi medhaya pihita medhaya apihita. You are apihita, veiled by medha, this worldly knowledge. You are veiled by ignorance. So removal of ignorance is what the Guru does. He doesn't give you the knowledge of nature. Knowledge is already there. Removal of ignorance, dispelling the ignorance. Meaning that a sculptor does not impart beauty to the stone or rock. He removes only that which was veiling that beauty. Is it not so? Sri Krishna is always there. We don't see, but he sees. He removes that. So that's the role of a Guru. Therefore, Guru in fact, at least spiritual Guru, has an agenda of making sure that the disciple gets what all he needs. Ideally, the Guru wants that disciple should be liberated. So when Lord Krishna imparts his teaching to Arjuna, the 18th chapter, Lord Krishna asks Arjuna, Kachideta Chudam Partha Tvahi Kagrena Chetasa Kachid Jnana Sammoha Pranashtaste Dhananjaya. He Dhananjaya, he Arjuna, Kachideta Chudam Partha Tvahi Kagrena, he Partha, he Arjuna. He will listen to it. What all I said, he will listen to it with concentration. Ekagrena Chetasa, with single pointed attention. Have you listened to it or not? Have you? Or not? Kachid Jnana Sammoha Pranashta, say Dhananjaya, the moha, the delusion born of ignorance, has it gone or not? Lord Krishna is asking. In case that, just to verify that Arjuna has got what he should get. Because Lord Krishna's agenda is to make Arjuna free from grief. Not just give a lecture, not give a discourse, but then the purpose is to set the disciple free from bondage. Therefore Lord Krishna verifies with Arjuna, are you free from bondage? Are you or not? He says, no, sir. Then Lord would have continued other chapters. Arjuna says, Nashto mohaha, but my delusion is gone. And Lord Krishna rested. So that is meaning that is the agenda that a teacher has. Therefore, having a teacher consistently helps. One mantra helps. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to say that if you want water, you have to dig the well. So dig well for 15 feet and you don't get it, start another place, you don't get another place. He says, dig the well in one place until you get it. If you keep on digging and digging, you will not get it anywhere. Water is there, you don't know where it is. So we don't know how long should we strive. Keep on striving until you get the knowledge. Pavanah punyena shravanam kuryat. We will listen to this again and again until the knowledge takes place. So that is the agenda that the Guru has. In that sense, it is desirable that we have one teacher. But there is no great restriction. Also, as we said, we have an emotional bond with the teacher. The disciple has the faith and devotion. So you cannot have many people in your one heart, If you can have, no problem. If you can have devotion and faith for more than one person, if it does not create, so that's what I tell them. If having more than one guru does not create conflict in you, no problem. Even one of the great teachers in our tradition, Swami Vidyaranya, one of the most famous teachers, the composer of Panchadashi and many other great texts. He had several gurus. So Panchadashi starts, Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padambujanmane. Shankarananda is Guru. Then Iswari says Vidyatirtha is another Guru. So Vidyatirtha also is a Guru, and then Shankarananda also is Guru, and then another 3 Gurus are there. Vidyatirtha Maheshwaram, So apparently he did not have any problem. So if you do not have a problem with having more than one Guru, meaning that you are able to respect them, have devotion for them, there is nothing wrong whatever in learning from more than one sources. At the same time, it is not a good idea to keep on shopping around. Because what happens is, it is quite possible that seeking to learn from different people can create confusion, because not that they don't know, but each one has a different style, a different way of communication. Different people emphasize different things also. Even when you say the same thing, there are different aspects. Somebody emphasizes this, somebody emphasizes that. If you are not mature, then this can create problem. So when you become mature, and when you gain the ability to select what is grahyam, what is tyadyam, what should be grasped and what should be let go, then you can listen to any number of people. This one has this much to offer. Leave the rest. But otherwise, if you take everything, all confusion comes along with that. Therefore, it is always best to have one Guru until we gain understanding and clarity, until we gain the maturity, so that we do not get unsettled by other things. Otherwise, we get unsettled. We understand something and somebody says something else, and then we just don't know what it is. So until we gain the maturity, we have the clarity and we have the firmness and understanding, so that we will not be unsettled by somebody. Until then, it's better to stick to one. When you gain that maturity, then explore, because knowledge is available. We cannot say that only one person knows, others don't know. In fact, the Aitiri Upanishad says in the valedictory address the teacher says to disciples many things. Ye kechasmat shreyagumso brahmana tesham tvayasrena prasvasitavyam. Ye asmat, say ye kech asmat shreyamsah. The teacher says that when you go out, you may find other saints or sages or learned people who are even superior to us. The Guru says, Asmat shreyamsah brahmana tesham tvayasrena prasvasitavyam. You must give them a seat at their feet, and don't so much even breathe, meaning that you learn from them. So learning from the source of knowledge is never prohibited. But the one who learns should have the maturity to learn. All we can say is that for learning also we require maturity, for our own clarity. Otherwise we may get confused. It's for that purpose that one may say that it is desirable that you have one Guru, but not for restricting the disciples. We should not. We should not restrict them. Give them the freedom to learn from different sources, because there are many great people, they have contributed a great thing to this store of knowledge, and we should not restrict them. At the same time, you should decide whether I am ready. Rajneesh also is there, Krishnamurti also is. So many teachers, so many people are there. Over here also, I have read everything, Swami. So when they study Gita, we have 6 commentaries with us. That sounds very noble, but most confusing. Because every commentator may have a different viewpoint or something else to say. For example, Lokmanya Tilak was a great scholar. His conclusion about Gita is teaching karma. Others say Gita is teaching bhakti. Others say Gita is teaching jnanam. They are all very great people, but they have their own perception. Same texts are there. Somebody says Vedanta teaches non-duality. Somebody says teaches qualified non-duality, meaning that they are teaching only what? Vishishtadvaita. Others says teaches Dvaita. So they find validation of what they are teaching from same scriptures. Same Prasthanatraya, meaning same Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutra are the primary texts of Vedanta. All Acharyas have written commentary on them and justifying their viewpoints. Meaning Vallabhacharyaji, who founded the Pushti Marga, also writes the Bhashya on that, explaining that. Ramanujacharya will explain that. So his Anu Bhashya, Shri Bhashya, Sharirika Bhashya, different Bhashyas have different names. And for same text, they find the validation for their viewpoint. So now if you start all the Bhashyas together, I want to study Brahma Sutra, what will happen? Confusion. Therefore, but what happens is, very often for many people, their heart does not settle anywhere. So then that is the only way. For them everybody is the same. Okay? We have to bless them, and hopefully they will learn whatever they have to learn.
Is the mumukshutva not enough at that point? Is it that is what it is?
Not enough?
Not enough.
The learning person must have a maturity to learn. Or stick to one until you get that maturity.
Swamiji, in the tradition it says that the Guru creates another Guru. Can you elaborate on that?
Right. So, passing on knowledge is like lighting on the lamp through the lamp. Jyota se jyota jagao. Sadguru, jyota se jyota jagao. Prayer. It says, O Guru, may you light one lamp through another lamp. So you are the lamp, light another lamp of disciple. It is natural because here the Guru has no agenda other than the well-being of the disciple. The Guru wants the well-being of the disciple. He is a well-wisher of the disciple. Therefore, he wants disciple to become free. And therefore, disciple also should get the same knowledge the Guru has. In that sense, the disciple also becomes a teacher, who has the same knowledge the teacher has. So that way you say that the Guru creates another Guru. Meaning that the Guru imparts the same knowledge that he has until the disciple gets it. But everybody is not always a Guru. There are many wise people who may not have the facility of communication. So Guru requires both knowledge as well as the facility to communicate that knowledge. And that requires some additional tools, like Vyakaranam, like language you should have, like Nyaya, some Tarka reasoning you should have, some Mimamsa. Some of these things also are required for teaching the scriptures and the Bhashya, the commentaries. And so, somebody may not have those facilities, or the ability to express your ideas clearly in such a manner that it is conveyed to the other person. All that is also required on the part of Guru. And so everybody may not necessarily turn out Guru in terms of teaching. But when it says the Guru Kriya, the Guru means that the Guru imparts the same knowledge to the disciple. That's what we can say. There is a very beautiful verse written by Shankaracharya, where he says, I was looking for an upama or comparison for my teacher, who gave me the self-knowledge. Drishtanta means an illustration, because poets always communicate through illustration. Illustration is an excellent way of communication. So to communicate what my Guru is, looking for illustration. Drishtanto naiva drishtaha, tribhuna jatare. In all the three worlds, this world, other world, heaven, in all the universe, I could not find an illustration. For whom? Sadguruho jnana dhatuhu. Jnana dhatu of the one who has imparted knowledge to me. What can Sadguru? Who imparted self-knowledge to me. Of that Guru, I could not find illustration that can come anywhere near. So illustration should have some qualities of what you are illustrating. But I could not find Drishtanta, the illustration in all the three worlds. When he says, somebody suggested, Sparshaschet tatra kalpyaha. Somebody says that for your Guru we will give you a nice illustration. What is it? The Parasamani, the philosopher's stone. Sparshaschet tatra kalpyaha. Suppose you think that philosopher's stone is an illustration. Why not? Sanaiti yadaho smranatam ashmasaram. Because a philosopher's stone also creates a miracle. What's the miracle? He transforms a piece of iron into a piece of gold. Swarnatam, Ashmasara means iron. Ashma means stone. Sara means the ore, So that iron is transformed, converted into gold. But that's a miracle. That's what a sparsha or a philosopher's stone performs. So, would you not say that your Guru, that this philosopher's stone is an apt illustration for your Guru, because he also transforms the disciple? When the disciple comes to teach, he is like an iron piece of iron. Iron is black, no light at all, no illumination, and it's turned into gold, which is shining. And so, teacher also becomes like gold, shining with knowledge. So isn't the philosopher's stone an apt illustration for your guru? Says no. Na sparshatvam tathavi, because a philosopher's stone does not create another philosopher's stone. He converts iron into gold, all right, but not iron on the philosopher's stone. Na sparshatvam tathapi. Look at my guru. Shita charana yoge sadguru sviya shishye sviyam samyam vidhatte. On the other hand, our guru, those the shishya, disciple, who has surrendered himself to the feet of the teacher, to that disciple, sviyam samyam vidhatte, he makes them equal to him. Bhavati nirupamaha tena valaukikopi. Therefore, nirupamaha, my guru has no upama, no illustration at all. Alaukika, there is no laukika, he becomes alaukika, divine. Means that is the uniqueness of the guru. As you said, creates on the guru, which nothing else does. So Shankaracharya wrote a very beautiful verse for his guru. So that's how he praises the guru, by saying there is no upama. By saying that there is no illustration, that's a praise of the guru. That you are nirupama. What is nirupama? No upama, no illustration. You are beyond comparison, beyond compare.
The word acharya also means the guru.
Acharya, yeah. But acharya is used primarily for the one who initiates the child into Vedic learning. This is Upanayanam. He is called acharya. Then we can call acharya others also. So, what acharya can be explained etymologically as a plus char, acharya, or a plus chi, acharya. Chi means chayanam, means like the flowers, you pluck the flowers, collect the flowers. Chayanam means collecting. Chaining the flowers. Chayanam means what? Collecting the flowers. Acharanam means conduct. So acharya can be traced to these two things. One who has collected and one who conducts. Achino chida shastrarani. One who collects or accumulates all the shastras. Or shastrartham rather. One who collects or accumulates the meaning of the shastra. Acharis swayam acharate yasmat, and one who conducts himself also in the same manner. So one who has accumulated or collected knowledge of scriptures, and one who puts into practice. Number one. Number two, achar. And achar is sthapayatyati. Then causal form, the achar. The direct form is what? One who practices. Causal form is one who makes other practice, disciple. So acharya is the one who not only has the knowledge, and one who practices that knowledge or displays that knowledge in his life, but one who is able to acharya sthapayatyapi, one who establishes others in that conduct, means that the students or disciples. Acharya the key, therefore is called acharya. And so that is why they said those batuks used to go to the teacher. And then, so teacher, as I said, is an embodiment of knowledge that imparts. Becomes a role model. So himself conducts that. And he also puts the disciple also into the same conduct. Acharya sthapayatyapi. So while from the guru not only we get the knowledge, we get also the code of conduct. How to act in keeping with that knowledge. So how the knowledge is to be assimilated. So Guru gives us the knowledge and also helps us assimilate the knowledge. That's called Acharya. So Acharya word can be applied to anybody. but it was applied to the one who initiates the child into with the Gayatri Mantra into the learning of the Vedas. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.